Hey guys, welcome back to Andy's Dinosaur Reviews. Today we are going to take a look at another of the newest Sound Strike figures from Mattel, and this is the newest variant of the Pteranodon. A really cool looking Pteranodon figure for sure. Very similar paint application to the basic Pteranodon if you ask me, similar colors. But still a really cool looking figure nonetheless paint wise, and you can also see as far as the figure goes, we have some really nice Camp Cretaceous style packaging to the figure. Really cool image down here as well, kind of giving you a sneak peek of the Pteranodon. Also sporting some teeth, which we know Pteranodon did not in fact have. And then here on the back, you have numerous other images of the Pteranodon kind of showing you how the action feature works, which I'm really excited to check out. And then we have the booklet here as well as an image of the other two Sound Strikes in this wave. So let's go ahead, get this package open, and take a look at this newest Pteranodon. So here is our brand new Mattel Pteranodon. Actually, we'll fold the wings in so we can kind of take a look at it from this side. Really nice looking figure, as usual, from Mattel. Of course, we've reviewed this sculpt many times previously. None of the new Sound Strikes are like brand new sculpts from Mattel. They're all just re-releases, but kind of like some updated action features. And this one has a really cool one for sure as far as the wing flap goes. So kind of like a break in the wing. So then when you flap it, the wing actually bends right there a little bit. So it just has a little bit of a more realistic look to the actual action feature. But really excited about this one because I love Pteranodon and I love a good Jurassic Park style sculpt of a Pteranodon. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get a closer look at this newest Pteranodon from Mattel right now. So starting up here at the head sculpt of the Pteranodon, of course we've reviewed the sculpt before, so we're only really going to take a look at what's new. And on the head sculpt of the Pteranodon, what's new would be this nice kind of a yellowish paint application that we have here to the beak. It's really nicely applied. I overall definitely love the very smooth transition between that yellow and then back to the brown. And you can also see that same similar yellow here used on the crest of the Pteranodon. Actually, it might be a little bit of a brighter shade of yellow right there. It looks like, yeah, definitely a brighter shade of yellow in the crest of the Pteranodon. The eyes as well are painted with a yellow and given a black pupil. You can see some sloppiness to the eye paint here on this side. I don't know what the opposing side looks like. Also a bit sloppy, but not too bad. I mean, it's definitely not that great, but from a little bit further away, you don't really notice how sloppy it looks. And then once we open the mouth, we take a look at the inside of the mouth. We have a nice realistic coloration there for the tongue on the mouth of the Pteranodon. Nicely glossed as well, so it has a bit of a realistic look. You can also see that the teeth on the inside of the mouth are painted, but only on the lower jaw, which is really, really weird. They decided not to paint the teeth on the upper jaw, only on the lower jaw, which makes zero sense to me at all. I feel like they probably would have been better off just ignoring the teeth altogether, because in real life Pteranodon did not have teeth, so the fact that they painted the teeth to kind of shine them through to us is definitely a bit of a downside if you ask me. But I mean, at least if they're going to have teeth in the mouth, they should paint them, but they should have painted the top too if they were going to paint the bottom. It is what it is. We do have a nice articulated jaw though that you can see there. But then as we get back here to the back, as far as the coloration goes, you can see that of course the body is this nice brown coloration, and then we have this kind of a darker brown, almost like a chocolate bar brown. And that brown just kind of litters all over the wings. You can see spots down in certain areas, runs the entire course of the wing all the way out here. Same deal over here on this side. We do have that kind of speckled effect to the wings as well. If you could see in certain areas, actually not just the wings, the body in general, you can see kind of like those dark brown speckles showing up here and there. The underside sports absolutely zero paint application aside from the brown and then the speckles on the underside as well. You can probably pick up on them pretty nicely here on the wing. We do have the Jurassic Facts app, of course, if you would like to add this to your collection. But other than that, there's not really too much paint-wise. It's honestly probably one of the least painted figures from Mattel in quite some time. But we do have the very cool action feature, which I'll probably try to show you right here to give you a better example of it. So once we push this button up here, the wings are going to flap, and if I can get my arm in a good spot here, so we've got some really cool Pteranodon sound effects, but you can also see how this kind of bend in the wing allows the wing to actually bend down once it gets down further. And that just generally gives it a really nice, more realistic looking flying movement, I would say. Very nice touch on the part of Mattel. As far as a size goes, for a length on the wingspan, you are looking at roughly about the 15-inch range, or about 38 centimeters, somewhere around there. And then if we go for like a height here, or a length, you could say on this aspect as well, you were looking at about the just a hair under 8 inches or 20 centimeters. For a size comparison, there is Mr. Peppo T-Rex, the Attack Pack Colovosaurus, and Robert Muldoon from the Mattel Jurassic World toy line, next to our newest version of the Sound Strike Pteranodon. And next to these figures, you could definitely see, again, that as always when it comes to the Mattel Sound Strike figures, this Pteranodon sports a pretty darn nice size overall, and without question a pretty large figure. As far as articulation and action features on our Pteranodon goes, you do actually have articulation in the jaw, which you can see you can pull the jaw open and it'll stay open, similar to the Baryonyx. However, it's not quite as posable as the Baryonyx jaw. But you also have a button up here on the top that allows the snapping action. And of course, more Pteranodon noises. Then you also have the button here in the back, which is what operates the wings. And if we pull the wings out again, we can see what the action feature looks like from up here. So really nice, really smooth, and some very cool Pteranodon noises. And you can also articulate the wings in and out like this. So you have that articulation as well. And unfortunately, that's it. That's where the articulation ends. There's no leg articulation or anything like that, but still pretty cool articulation and action features for a Pteranodon. So this newest version of the Mattel Sound Strike Pteranodon is a pretty cool figure. It's nothing amazing. It's nothing to write home about. The paint job is kind of blah, kind of boring for the most part, but it's appealing looking at the same time. Like, I do think it looks really nice. There's just not much to it. There's just like the bare minimum as far as paint application to the Pteranodon, and although it's not the most exciting paint scheme, I think it still looks pretty nice for what it is. It's just nothing that's, really noteworthy or really worth commending Mattel for. The sculpt, of course, is fantastic. The Pteranodon from Mattel is one of the best detailed Pteranodon figures as far as a Jurassic Park style Pteranodon that you'll probably ever see, and really nicely matching up to the overall appearance, which is pretty much always the same deal when it comes to Mattel. They do a great job as far as capturing the accuracy, the film and screen accuracy of their dinosaurs and prehistoric creatures that they create into figures. They do a great job of transferring the appearance of the animal in the film to figure form, and that's exactly what you see here with this Pteranodon. Consistently, the Pteranodon has looked great sculpt-wise in every release that they've had so far. The newest action feature is really cool as well. I love the wing flap feature of the Pteranodon, and then you also have two areas on the back, which, of course, one button allowing for the wing flap, the other button allowing for the jaw snapping feature. But both buttons work really well and are really cool action features that go along quite nicely to the style of Pteranodon that we see in the films. So if you would like to pick up this really cool newest version of the Pteranodon from Mattel, my best suggestion to you would probably be head to your local Target and pick one up there, as that's pretty much the only place I know of currently that is selling them here in the United States. So make sure you check your local Target, pick up this Pteranodon if you are in fact interested, and make sure you also like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next review. Thanks for watching.